Welcome back, everybody. This is Zach with New England Sports Talk, and today we are talking about the Kawhi Leonard signing with the Clippers. What does that mean for the Clippers? What does that mean for the the Lakers and the Raptors as well, who were two other teams that were in potential to get him as well too? What does this mean for the rest of the NBA? What does this mean for the 2019-2020 season? Because this is going to be the best season coming up in a long time, in my opinion. Probably in about 10 years. I'm not even exaggerating. That's my opinion on it. But let's kind of break this down. Before we get started into breaking down what the Kawhi signing means to everybody, I wanted to take a second here to go ahead and thank again for all of our new subscribers in the channel. We've got 4 from this past couple weeks or so. I know there's more than 4, but I can only see it if your settings in your YouTube account let me see it, if it's visible, if it's public. But the 4 that I've got here that I got notifications for was Vincenzo, Shaynoa, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, but I probably am butchering that, Billy Thompson, and Shelby McName or McNamee. I'm not sure. I'm butchering it. I know I'm butchering it, so my bad, guys. But let's break this down for you guys. As always, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos just like this. And at the end of the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this signing with Kawhi Leonard. You had to have seen it by now. It's all over social media. But let's break it down. Let's kind of go over everything and talk about it a little bit here. So first off, like I said, Kawhi Leonard is restoring power to the NBA, bro. This kind of reminds me of, I know that the Avengers is all make-believe, and I totally get that. But this kind of makes me think of the last 2 movies with the Avengers and stuff. So Thanos is with KD going to the Warriors. It's who in the world is going to be able to contend with Thanos, or in other words, the Warriors in the NBA? And then what happens? Well, obviously he leaves the Warriors, but he gets his rings and Thanos wins for a while or whatever. He rules for a while. But then what happens? Iron Man comes into town, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But it's Kawhi Leonard who comes into town, man. What he could have done with this, he could have went to LA. He could have teamed up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and made it an easy path to win the finals. What did he do? He didn't. I don't think super teams aren't 2 superstars like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. That doesn't make a super team. It has to be 3 superstars, in my opinion. That's what I constitute as a super team. Obviously with a good coach and a good bench and just a good supporting cast as well too. But 3. He didn't do that. He could have went to the Lakers. He could have had his 3. He goes to the Clippers instead, and he still gets the same result. He's still going to be the favorite to win it. According to Bleacher Report, they released their favorites or the best odds to win the NBA Finals next year. Clippers coming in at 1, Bucks number 2, Lakers number 3. The 76ers were number 4. I thought that was weird. And then the Warriors at 5, Rockets at 6. I feel like, after the first pick, I think that it could kind of change a little bit the order, but whatever. Those are probably the top 6. It'd have to be the top 6. But anyways, he kind of comes in and he sacrifices the easy route to go play with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Instead, he goes and plays with Paul George. He does it his route. He wants to be in a good system, good coach. Stability is the biggest thing. He's in the same city. He's near his family, which is exactly why he probably left the Raptors in the first place, because apparently that was a really big driving force of his decision making and that kind of thing, was the fact that he wanted to be in LA. Now I am a Lakers fan. You guys all know that if you've seen any of my videos. I've been a Lakers fan since I was in the 5th grade. Ever since I did a book report on Kobe Bryant, that's been my favorite team and my favorite player. But listen, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm glad he did not go to the Lakers, because as an NBA fan, I'm a Lakers fan, but as an NBA fan, I want a competitive league, and I want to have to guess or to really predict who's going to win next year. I don't want it to be a 3-gone conclusion with him going to the Lakers. It probably is a 3-gone conclusion if he goes there. I don't like it, but I do like the fact that he did go to the Clippers and he didn't go to the Lakers, man. That's the other thing. And also, as a side note, I know I'm going to go over some more things here in just a second, but a side note as well too is name the top 3 best players in the league right now. Make your list real quick. You can pause the video if you need to, but if you have your top 3 players, the 3 players in whatever order you put them in is fine, but you probably have in your top 3 Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant, right? So you probably have those 3 players. Maybe you have Anthony Davis, maybe you have Giannis, maybe you have James Harden, maybe you have Steph Curry, maybe you have Russell Westbrook, whatever. Whoever's in your top 3, that's totally fine. But typically, at least top 4 or top 5, those 3 guys are in there. So let's just take those 3 players and call them the best 3 players in the league. What order do you put them in? Well, in my opinion, after last season, you put Kevin Durant there. Okay, then the second best player you put either LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard. You can make an argument for Kawhi Leonard, but I think a lot of people are still putting LeBron James at second. And that's just my opinion. That's just what I think. The thing is why in the world, if we say that that's fact, if we say that's true, why in the world would Kawhi Leonard want to go play on LeBron James and his shadow and let him win more rings? Why doesn't he create his own legacy, which he's done in the Spurs, which he definitely did with the Toronto Raptors as well too, and keep building off what he has? That was just my opinion. That's why I like this trade or this signing so much, is because it's going to be competitive again. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the NBA next year. Now I wanted to take a minute to kind of go over some of the Twitter reactions that I had seen. Thanks again, guys. I sent you a message and you guys said I could use your tweet. Probably wasn't a big deal, but I want to just say thanks anyways for you let me use your comments and stuff. So first off, Nick's believes that Kawhi Leonard really announced his free agency decision Friday night, so media shows like First Take and Undisputed wouldn't be able to talk about his decision the next day. I like that a lot. I'm getting so annoyed with some of the media, the professionals apparently, that like have all these sources and know what's going on. For example, Chris Broussard, who we're going to talk about in just a second as well. They don't get to kind of jump on this right away. Now, obviously, ESPN and the social media and other people like that are reacting and stuff like that, and that's fine. But I thought that was funny. I totally agree with that as well too. Ryan said LeBron better play some defense this year. Bro, he's been killing me all year long with no defense. I agree with you 100%. And then obviously Cornelius at the bottom here says the NBA is great again. Thank you. And I totally agree with you guys. But I want to go back on that Chris Broussard thing I just talked about a second ago. So I don't know if you guys saw the video. He was saying Kawhi to the Lakers is basically a done deal. This is what gets on my nerves so much. Obviously, they've got sources. Obviously, they're in the loop. Obviously, they have some tenure, and that's why they're in the position that they're in, and that's why they're on TV, right? I totally get that. But I feel like some of these guys just say crap just to get headlines that they don't think that we're going to pay attention to it. Damon Jones is also really bad too. He really is into LeBron James, and it's totally fine. He played with him. He's like him and some of the other guys. They just love LeBron James. But like some of the stuff that they report isn't even like here's my thing. It's not even like factual. Like they were saying that he's going to come back to the Cavaliers. Well, it didn't happen. He went to the Lakers, right? They said that Kawhi Leonard is going to re-sign with going to sign with the Lakers. That didn't happen either. Like there's just countless examples of them doing this and just saying crap, and it doesn't even happen. And then we think that they think that we forget, but we don't forget, obviously. But overall, again, I'm just so pumped up for the Clippers right now. You guys got your team. Everybody's always talking about how they need to move out of LA and move to Seattle, give them a team back. Like, no, the Clippers are staying now for a long time now, especially with the potential for championships now that they have. Barring injury, they are probably the favorite, and I would agree with Bleacher Report that they are going to be the favorite coming into next year. But I just really like this situation. I like it a lot. I like the fact that nothing was spoiled. Nobody knew what was going to happen. It wasn't getting leaked out. It wasn't official till Woj tweeted it, basically. Like, they kept everything down on the DL. It was basically kind of like watching your favorite movie that has a really big twist at the end. Obviously this is your first time watching it. It's got a giant twist at the end, and there's no spoilers. There's nobody there spoiling it. I just like to see the fact that Chris Broussard was wrong. Some of these guys were wrong. Kawhi Leonard did what's best for him, best for his family. He's in a great situation. The NBA got better. Fans are going to be more engaged next year because LeBron James will be probably back in the playoffs next year with Anthony Davis. But you get to see a lot more competitiveness. It's not going to be a walk in the park for any of these players, including Kawhi Leonard as well. He's got Paul George, but it's a situation where, he's got to have to work for it, just like he did with, the Raptors as well too. Let's talk about his roster real quick, because this is a really fun situation that they've got coming into next season. So far on their roster, they obviously have Kawhi, and then they traded for Paul George yesterday as well. They've got Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams. Lou Williams is so underrated, man. The dude can just score on anybody. I think that's going to be stacked when he comes off the bench for them. Pat Beverley will be the starter more than likely. And then obviously Lou Williams comes off the bench. Montrezl Harrell, who had a fantastic year last year, especially the tail end of last year. They got Mo Harkless from the Trailblazers. I really like that pickup. Mo Harkless is not a bad defensive forward, or whatever he is, power forward, whatever you want to call him, or whatever, small forward. Fantastic. Landry Shamet, and then obviously Ivica Zubac as well too, who I'm a huge fan of as well, because I'm a Lakers fan. I saw him when he got drafted, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, guys, that being said, I think Kawhi Leonard restored balance in the NBA. I think Jerry West is the best GM right now in basketball. Maybe, an argument at the end of his career, best GM ever. I don't know. we can make that argument in a couple years or 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whenever he decides to retire. Anyways, guys, that was my reaction video of Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers. Let me know in the comments what you think below, and we'll see you in the next one.